Jayco X18D here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. This is a very cool layout. It has 3 hybrid beds. It looks sort of like a rocket ship when it's opened up. You'll have front, rear hybrid beds, kind of like you'd expect, and then you have a third one on the side here. Unfortunately, due to weather conditions today, I cannot have those open. It's just too much stress on the material to have it open when it's really cold like that. This is definitely more of a spring, summer, fall camper, not a winter camper. I'm not going to sugarcoat things or tell you something that isn't true. That's not how we become the ownership we are today. However, I'm going to tell you some fun high points out here that are true no matter what season it is. Quality, power tom jack, and power awning. You know, they give things like these away, seems like candy nowadays. But, you know, there's different grades of motors that can go into these appliances. This is better grade appliances so that they last longer, work stronger. You notice that the A-frame, the tongue portion here, goes straight through the frame. It connects right to the beams on the side of the frame. That is a immense structural point right there. It is a huge advantage when determining you know, how much stress something can absorb over time. You see the nice aluminum wheels here? That's going to help keep this thing looking good over time. You don't have to worry about rusty wheels, you know, pitting up on you. Now the outside shower you see right here, that's something a lot of lightweights don't have, and it's an easily overlooked feature unless you're a veteran camper and you know to look for that kind of stuff. Those things are so useful because they allow you the ability to you know, like hose off the kids before they, you know, bring lake water into the RV and make your RV smell musky and whatnot. It's also really good for just campsite cleanup in general, you know. And hey, if you don't like the neighbor, you can always put out their fire. The power awning you see in here, I mentioned earlier, they use a better grade of motor in this. It's going to roll in and out faster. You know, it's going to give you better service, and because it's not over torquing itself, it'll last longer. Little things too, like this little rail right here. This is for the RVQ grill that we almost always include with our Jayco. I say almost because I always want to mention, you know, sometimes we'll have one come in where there was a parts shortage or something, and you know, I don't want to give misinformation anytime. Double the warranty on a Jayco also as compared to almost any other lightweight I'm aware of. There are very few exceptions to that. Now, something else I want to point out is they put a strut on the door. You see how it caught itself? That's so that on a windy day it doesn't swing open and smack the arm of this power awning right here, because that's an expensive repair bill you do not want to deal with. Now, construction on your Jayco is another area where they are pretty significantly different. They don't, you know, the skin looks a lot like other lightweights you find out there, but what you need to do is walk up, thump on it a few times. You know, most lightweights, your sidewalls are laminated, but walk up to the rear wall. On a Jayco, it's fully laminated. The front wall, laminated. The floor, laminated. The only thing on this that is not laminated is the roof. And that's because it's built with Jayco's Magnum Truss roof system that holds something like 4,500 pounds. Long story short, this is probably one of the strongest roofs in a lightweight you will ever find. This RV comes in as built, as compared to brochure weight, about 3,730 pounds. So there is a little difference there, but your brochure weight usually doesn't include things like the options and upgrades that go into these. Now again, I apologize, with the beds not being able to be opened, you don't quite get the full effect here. But what we're looking at is 1, 2, 3 hybrid beds. So you get triple big beds, and these are Denver Mattress brand. What that means to you in English, this is about 50% thicker than most bunk mats you find in most hybrids out there. These beds are rated for a minimum of about 1,050 pounds. You're not going to overload them. They're overbuilt. You know, you're never going to put 1,000 pounds, 1,100 pounds on this bed to over torque it. However, if the kids are way at the end of the bed and they're bouncing up and down, that's a lot of torsional stress. This thing's made to absorb that. You will find all LED lights through the Jayco. You do not have to worry about replacing incandescent bulbs. You'll notice their overhead doors, not only are they strutted, they're double strutted. These little things that hold the door open for you so you don't have to juggle it open on your head. They're also metal struts. It's a higher quality piece, and that's what you're going to find. If they put something in this, they put the best quality part they can, such as your Bluetooth DVD player here. You know, it's you know, Bluetooth. You can sync your phone to it. It's all in one. It does your DVDs, your CDs, inside, outside speakers. It does everything, and it even still has auxiliary inputs and whatnot, so that you can hook up additional devices to it. Your primary window over here does have a nicer pleated shade. Oop, darn camera, there we go, pleated shade. I don't remember the name of this color scheme offhand. I do apologize, but I do want to mention, we sell quite a few of these. We're a big-time Jayco dealer. We're the largest independent dealer in the state of Michigan, actually. You know, we're not a chain store. This is just what we do. And this color scheme can vary. So if the pictures look different from this video, understand that, you know, the pictures are made to represent the actual unit. Little hidden gems I love down here. If you look way back here, you'll find extra power outlets hidden all over the place, and those are extremely handy right there for things like keeping a cell phone charged while you're playing a game or a laptop or anything like that. You can convert this dinette down into an extra bed space, and when you do, you notice there's a little hidden headboard up here. It's one of those things you don't see during the day, but it's there at night. It's an awesome place to stuff all the kids', well, let's face it, junk, all their toys. Now, your water heater in this RV is not common for most lightweights. It's a 6-gallon vessel, and that's where most people stop reading. But this is an 18-gallon per hour water heater. That's the difference, because you can run both gas and electric simultaneously in this Jayfeather for up to 18 gallons of hot water per hour. Now, this cabinet right here, it's very cool because not only is it just a big pantry that you need, but it can also be wardrobe space. You can remove these shelves. You see how there's a wardrobe bar up there? You can convert the shelving to whatever you need whenever you need it. And, you know, your drawer space that you have in here. Notice that it's 4-sided plywood construction. You have plywood on all 4 sides, including the front here where the faceplate screws onto. And this is a hardwood faceplate with nicer residential pulls. They use better stuff in this RV. This has the same size air conditioner as big travel trailers and small fifth wheels. It's 13,500 BTUs. Very powerful. Especially in a little 18-foot box like this. You could breathe icicles in here if you felt like it. Now, even all the space down here, you see, can open for additional storage, and you'll never find enough storage in any RV. You know, anytime you think you do, you'll find one more thing to bring along and pack it full. But they open up every ounce they can. And again, extra power outlets back here for all the kids' toys. So handy. Let me back up a little bit. Over here, we have easy access to things like our power awning control. Just push of a button, awning goes in and out. If you wake up at night and it's raining and storming, you don't even have to put on pants or walk outside. Walk in here, push the in button, roll your awning up, 30 seconds later, go back to bed. Sleep good. I also do like, too, it seems small, but you have one switch for almost all of your interior lights. And that seems like a small thing until you start shopping around it and looking at other RVs. Most RVs, you have to go through and click on and off every single light individually. And though that's not the biggest inconvenience in the world, wouldn't you rather just have a light switch? Don't you have light switches at your house? You know, that just is common sense, but a lot of people don't think about it in an RV for some reason. This is an option that we like to put in these. Again, always double check your options list, but we like to add the TV where we can. Notice that it mounts on a nice base here so it can spin, you know, to the living room or to the bunk space, wherever you want, really. It's also pretty easy to remove for storage purposes. Now, we specifically do not upgrade the fridge most of the time to the 6 cubic foot fridge because you lose your entertainment center when you do that. So by contrast, we keep the 5 cubic foot fridge, although it still has a nice little freezer drawer up here. A lot of people don't realize that when they just start shopping. Bathroom here is actually one of the better points of this floor plan. Most lightweights like this don't have good sized bathrooms, and this one actually has enough leg room. You have what am I want to say? Oh, LED lights in here as well, so they're very energy efficient. But notice too, you have both the power ceiling fan and a skylight above the bathroom. Usually, manufacturers will cheat. They'll move this vent over the shower and try to cheat that way, and you don't get as much light. Now notice too, they have protective wall paneling here in their Jayfeathers. That's something a lot of lightweight brands just don't do, because if you don't do it, your shower water is going to hit this wall panel up here and deteriorate that stuff. I just realized you have to take a look at me. I'm so sorry. You like the, you know, when people say your future's bright, it's because I got lights like this. That's what helps me see in the little tight areas when we're doing this. Now that box right there, by the way, that's your RVQ grill, in case you're wondering. But you know, this bathroom's not big, but it's sufficient. You got to remember, it's an 18-foot camper. You know, it's still a camper, even though it does a lot of nice residential things I've talked about. It's still a camper. But if you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to give us a call. We'd love the chance to meet you, meet your family, learn about how you intend to use your RV to make sure we get you matched up with the right one. Because that's a lot of it, you know. There's so many ultralight options out there. You know, and I've touched on a lot of the reasons to go with the J-Feather, but there's so many more that you can't even think of until you start talking to folks like yourselves. So introduce yourselves to us. We'll do the same to you, and I'm willing to bet that once you meet us, you'll find out we're a pretty fun place to work with, because that's the whole point. This is supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be a hassle. It's not supposed to be stressful. It's supposed to be fun. 800-256-5196. Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Take care. Stay safe. Happy camping, guys.